What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. I'm your host for this 365-day experiment that we call the Daily Juice Podcast. So 3-0 on Monday. We like that. Tuesday we didn't like. 1-2. Play of the day goes down. We're now 16-7-1 on the month for the play of the day. Unfortunately, the only bet we got right were the Mariners and the Twins going over 8.5. The Tigers and the A's flew over in the second inning. Tyreek Skubal gave up two-run home runs, and then Severino got hammered. The bullpen got hammered. Tigers won easily. Diamondbacks win 4-1. Better bet was just to bet Arizona, but they do not go over, but the Mariners and the Twins do. So down 1.29 units on the day for us on a Wednesday. Now, again, or Tuesday rather, it's Wednesday. So, all we can bet Monday is baseball. All we can bet Tuesday is baseball. All we can bet Wednesday is baseball. And while I have looked at betting golf for Thursday, we know my record. Not good. Let's stay away from golf. So we'll get to the weekend, and there will be some things we can bet. Obviously, on Saturday, we have UFC 317. I will be going to UFC 317. There are events in Vegas. I'm going to try to get to the events in Vegas today on Wednesday. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to, but definitely get over there on Thursday and Friday for the weigh-ins and the press conference for Canelo Crawford, which will be at Allegiant Stadium, which is going to be just a ridiculous event here in Vegas in September. I cannot wait to be a part and watch that. So I've seen more Canelo fights. I don't know if you guys can see that shiny thing behind me there, but that is a Canelo Triple G placard, 2 of them. I went to all 3 for Canelo and Triple G. Saw that fight. I've seen Canelo fight Kovalev. I've seen Canelo fight Amir Khan. I've seen Canelo fight. I think I've seen Canelo fight 6 times or 7 times here in Vegas. A lot. So the Crawford fight, I'll be covering that. So that will also be another one, another fight to watch for Canelo Alvarez here in Las Vegas. So, but this time it's Allegiant Stadium. Okay, Allegiant Stadium. So it's going to be kind of baseball, and it's going to be kind of trend betting. Trends are your friends until they're not. Ride what is happening. Just because it happened yesterday doesn't mean it's going to happen today, but, it's as good as anything to bet on in a lot of ways when it comes to the wonkiness of betting on baseball. Before I give you the 3 plays for today, a reminder that we are still giving away the Paul Pierce jersey. It is available right now, thanks to our friends at Pristine Auction. All you have to do is subscribe to the BettingPros YouTube channel and drop a comment on any Daily Juice video, and that is all you must do. We will announce the winner coming up in the beginning of July, so make sure you turn on those notifications so you can know when the new videos are up and to claim your prize for the autographed Paul Pierce Celtics jersey. Boston doing a lot of work in the trade market. The NBA draft is tonight. I do not bet that stuff, just FYI. We're not betting the NBA draft. Minus 50,000 that Cooper Flag goes number 1 to Dallas. Go ahead and bet that if you'd like. That's a pretty good bet that's going to happen with Cooper Flag going number 1. So I occasionally will bet the NFL draft. I will do that, but I will not bet the NBA draft or the Major League Baseball draft or the NHL draft. I'm just not betting it. Sorry. All right. So let's get to tonight, and let's get to the games today, and let's start with the Cubs and the Cardinals. One of you guys in the comment section was very upset that I bet the first game over, and there's no way the game went over. Last night, same thing, 8-7. The game flew over. The Cubs have lost 5 of 6 games. And here are the final scores of the games involving the Cubs over the last 5 games. 8-7, 9-4, 10-7, 14-6, 8-2, and 8-7. They can't get anybody out right now, and Matthew Boyd is going. And I know Matthew Boyd's a tough lefty here for the Cubs on the road at Busch Stadium. But Matthew Boyd, he's not a horrible guy to bet on to have the Cubs not get swept, but he's 0-3 on the road this year. 3.22 ERA, 272 opposing batting average, 16 earned runs in 44 and 2/3 innings worth of work. The team has lost 3 of his last 4 starts. 9-4, the loss to Seattle. He beat Pittsburgh 2-1, 4-3 loss to Philadelphia, and 2-0 loss to Washington. If you want to bet streaks, you will bet the Cardinals to win tonight and take the Cardinals on the money line. Eric Fetty is going, unfortunately, though, for the Cardinals with his 4.36 ERA at home, a 2-2 record, opposing batting average of 256, 16 earned runs given up in 33 innings worth of work. Eric Fetty has pitched primarily on the road this year for the Cardinals. He pitched against the Dodgers and pitched well. He went 5 1/3 with 0 earned runs against the Dodgers. That's pretty good. And then against Detroit, a 5-4 loss, he went 5 innings and gave up 4 earned runs. And against the Mets, he went 5 innings, gave up 3 earned runs in a 6-5 loss. But those are the only 3 games he's pitched at home since the 1st of May, which is a bit of an anomaly, just how the schedule has worked. He's pitched at the White Sox, at the Brewers, at the Rangers, at the Orioles, at the Phillies, and at the Nationals. Those scores have been kind of all over the place. 10-0 against Washington, 2-1 against Philly, 5-2 against Baltimore, 8-1 against Texas, 3-2 against Milwaukee, 5-4 up against the White Sox. I just know that Eric Fetty's going to give up some runs and that the bullpen for the Cardinals equally will give up some runs. I think this is simply just betting, again, the streak here and going over. DraftKings had this number, and other books had this number at 8.5 last night. It opened at 8.5. Juice to the over at -122. You can bet 9. Most books have moved to 9, under being juiced at 9. But I'm just going to bet over 8.5. I'll lay the juice. I'll bet the streak. Cubs score. Cubs give up runs. Let's go over 8.5 for the Cubs and the Cardinals here tonight for their game at Busch. Bet number 2. I'll give you an extra one here in a second, but for officially bet number 2, Seattle and Minnesota. So it's George Kirby against Joe Ryan. Again, the Twins are favored. The Twins are favored. I don't understand it. You can search and maybe find a 7.5 in the market, maybe, but most every book in the world is at 8. 8's where I played it for Seattle and Minnesota. Will one of these games go under? Of course. But here are the scores of the last 5 games for the Seattle Mariners. 9-4, 10-7, 14-6, 11-2, 6-5. They have won 4 of those 5 games. I'm betting streaks. Again, at some point, it's going to go under. At some point, Seattle won't score a bunch of runs. But again, they have scored 9, 7, 14, 11, and 6 runs. Last night might have been the game in which they didn't score very many runs. They scored 6, and they gave up 5. And they won the game in the 9th inning with a 6-5 sacrifice fly for their 8th win in 11 games. Seattle is red hot. Again, I don't mind betting on Seattle to win the game, taking on the money line, but I don't understand the books making them a dog today. I don't understand it. The money is coming in as we speak on Minnesota. Circa here in Vegas is up to -130 on Minnesota with Joe Ryan on the mound. So maybe I don't know anything. Maybe I would say bet Seattle on the money line, but maybe the pros know something and they're going to fade George Kirby. If they fade George Kirby, who, by the way, has not been good for Seattle, but they've won 3 straight starts on games he started. 9-4, 4-3, 3-2 over the Cubs, Guardians, and Angels. On the road, George Kirby has a 6.32 ERA, 1-1 record, only 15 2/3 innings worth of work, but 11 earned runs given up for George Kirby. So, he's going to go 5 innings basically tonight, and then the bullpen comes in. Another reason why to bet the over. Over 8 for -105. Seattle and Minnesota. The only bet we got right yesterday was the over. Let's just keep riding the overs for Seattle. We're riding Cubs overs and we're riding Seattle overs at the moment here until the trend stops. Finally, let's talk about Tampa. Tampa was off yesterday. Tampa has been red hot. I mean, red hot. They won 4 games in a row against the Mets and the Orioles. Then they lost the next 2 of the next 3 against the Orioles, and then won 3 of the next 4 against the Tigers and the Royals. This is a team in Tampa that I think is going to be tough to deal with. They won 5-1 last night up against the Royals, and I thought about betting the under in that game. If you remember the podcast from yesterday, I bet the under. But Tampa Bay's favored, and they're short favorites. Drew Rasmussen is going with his 6-5 record and 2.61 ERA. Drew Rasmussen's been a good pitcher for the Rays this year. On the road, he has a 3.86 ERA, but a 2-0 record. Opposing batting average of 244. 9 earned runs in 21 innings worth of work for him. On the flip side, Michael Wacha is 4-6 with a 3.24 ERA. And while you might go, wow, you're going to bet on against Wacha at home? Yeah. 2.58 ERA. I'll give you. 2-3 record, though. He has given up 13 earned runs in 45 and a third innings worth of work, opposing batting average of 225, but they don't score. My problem with the Royals is they simply don't score. Michael Wacha has lost 3. The team has lost 3 of the last 5 starts from Michael Wacha. And at home, he lost 6-4 in his last start against the A's. Went 5 and a third, gave up 5 earned runs. He did pitch great against Detroit in a 1-0 win, but that was against you-know-who, Tyreek Skubal, and that's what the Royals do. They beat Skubal. They own him. 2-1 win over St. Louis. He went 5 innings, gave up 1 earned run there, and a 2-1 win over the White Sox. 7 innings, 0 earned runs. I just think Tampa's going to score more than what KC will score and win the game. I think the game probably goes under, but it's probably a 3-2, 4-2 win for Tampa. I think you can bet the under if you want. For some reason, the books have put it at 9, which I'm really surprised at. Put it at 9, but I think the better play is just to take Tampa to keep it rolling here with how well they've been playing. And frankly, the Royals at home are not a good baseball team. They're 19-20 straight up at home. Rays are great on the road. They're 17-12 this year on the road. And the Royals have won 3 of the first 4 games. They swept the Rays at Tampa. The Rays win game 4, 5-1 last night. I think the Rays make it a 3-2 series tonight. Tampa Bay money line for -120 for 1.2 units. So, plays for today. Seattle and Minnesota over 8 at -105. Cubs in St. Louis over 8.5 at -122. And the Rays on the money line at -120 for 1.2 units. Once again, my warning, my PSA, it's baseball, bro. Wonky stuff happens. Winning week so far, 4-2 so far here. Let's see what Wednesday brings. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.